right, welcome students. We're at the homepage of lonestar.edu here. I'm going to show you how to find some great resources for your position argument paper. So you want to start here, click on libraries, and then go to research databases and click on current issues and news. So for our paper, all of our topics are going to be about current issues and news. So that's why I clicked on that one. I maybe clicked a little too quickly. Maybe I should go back. For your other classes, you'll want to explore some of these. Obviously, there's going to be, if you're in health and medicine, there are going to be some great resources in there. For business, you'll want to look there. So these will have different databases that you'll definitely want to check out. But because our class, our position argument paper, is all about current issues and news, and I'm going to show you a couple databases here that will be good for you, the paper in this class. Now databases is kind of like it's giving you access to research you wouldn't have access to otherwise. It's like a collection of research. So it's kind of like Netflix kind of thing, like the college has paid to have access to a collection of articles, and you're going through the college that gives you access to that. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, this is a great resource to have, is really all you take away from that. That's what I'm trying to say there. So there are a couple different research databases that I would recommend for this project. The first one is called Galen Context. This is where I actually picked your topics. I just went to this Browse Issues button and I made sure that it was one of these topics. Obviously there are a million here, yeah. So actually I'm going to just pick one to show you. I want to show you what's in each of these topics. So for whatever topic, obviously evolution was not one of yours that I on the paper, but for all of them they'll have similar stuff. So we'll start with an article underneath the topic that will give you an overview. So if I were to click on this, it's going to give me kind of like a Encyclopedia Britannica kind of idea of what is important to know about this article or this topic. Okay. I'm going to go back though. So underneath that, I'm going to have on this side, I'm going to have academic journals. You can't quite see this, but this says featured viewpoints. So these are going to be different opinions about evolution. Here's reference. So that's going to be more just, facts about it. You'll also find infographics, which is great, graphics, audio if you want to listen to it, or videos. Magazines, news, there's websites and statistics, so just a plethora of things down here. And then all the way down here you also have related topics. So if you're like, I kind of want to talk about this, but I'm feeling like I want to talk more about, endangered species, well, then you can get into here, right? Okay, so lots and lots and lots of good stuff to have there. What I would recommend is picking your topic and just going through this, reading a couple from each different section, and just getting a general feel with, what's out there. This is a really good database for that. I'm going to click on another one. I'll just click on esports. The other thing I want to say about that is when you pick on something, if you're beyond the, I'm just trying to get a general idea of it, you're to the stage where you're really looking for research that you want to include in your research paper. Then when you come to an article, let's say I'm looking at, what is this? I don't even know what I clicked on. Esports. Okay, so I want to have an article. I want to talk about esports. I would come look at this article. I would probably read this abstract and see if it answered my research question. And if it does, and I've read a couple paragraphs in, I'm like, oh, they're already saying great things. I know I'm going to use this in my research paper. The first thing I would do before reading the whole paper is I would go to the Cite button and make sure you have clicked on MLA 9th edition. You can just copy this and then paste it into whatever document software you use. If you use Google Drive or Word, whatever it is, just have research notes and put it right in there. And then as you're reading along, then you can put in quotes. I recommend mostly putting in quotes and even actually citing it right there. So if I were to, I actually wouldn't put that quote in because it's an abstract, but if I was reading along and I thought, oh, you know what, I just love what they're saying in this paragraph. I'm not sure what part of it I will use in the paper, but I know I want to use it. So then I would just highlight that whole thing. I would copy and paste it. Let me see if I can do, I probably can't do that real quick, but I would copy and paste that. And then, because you need a location tag, I would count, 1, 2, 3. I would copy that into my document and then write, paragraph 3 under it, so I would already have it to use. Okay, hopefully the video doesn't jar too much, but I thought it would be really helpful to show you what I'm talking about more. So that article that I was just on, I showed you I did the cite button. So I put the citation. This is what I would put in my bibliography page. So I just went ahead and copied and pasted it here into my Word document. I would probably just name this Research Notes for Position Argument. And then I just copied and pasted the whole paragraph. And then after, because I'm going to need to cite it, I just put para.3. If you have page numbers, you would put that. Instead, if it's a video, you would put the time that it took for that person to say that. That's called the location tag. Okay, then as I'm reading along, I would, in addition to doing this, I would want to put, thoughts I had. I don't know, I didn't read the article, so this is my very low thought. And then questions I had. So you're not wasting your time when you research. You walk away from that article having quotes to use, having, stuff that can come out of that reading. So I would highly recommend doing that as you're doing your research. So, okay, I'm going to go back to this. So that's what you find in Gale in Context. I'm going to go to show you just a few other, how do I get there? A few other research databases. I'm just going to click on here. Okay, the other one you might be interested in, this one is called CQ Researcher. So this is what congressmen look at when they're trying to decide on things. So I'm just going to click on something. It does have to be kind of in the current, current mindset or whatever. So I'm going to click on student debt. This is going to give me a short report. What's really nice about this, this one isn't as, they strive to be unbiased, so it's not supposed to be leaning one side or another necessarily. And there's often, this one doesn't have as much, but often there's just a plethora of extra stuff with it. This has a chronology. I think this is talking about the student debt. Often you find graphics, like statistics, maps, things like that. So CQ Researcher, super thorough, good place to go. Okay, I don't think that was grammatically correct. There it is. Issues and controversies. This one, oh no, this is actually the one. Is this the one? Okay. This will give you, I think actually this is the one that congressmen go to, that it's it's not supposed to be biased. The other one was good too, and you can also look at that. Oh, this is why. Okay, yeah, this one's really nice. This is what I was thinking was on the other one. So yeah, they're giving you two sides of the issues. So supporters argue, opponents argue. There's going to be an overview. There's, oh, this is great. There's keywords. So if you want to kind of figure out, more specialized way, or, because you want to have a specific question you're answering, that's what you'd want to do. Okay. So those are those two, I guess 3. We've talked about 3 now. The other one that may or may not be helpful depending on what you're doing. Oh, well, actually, I'll show you 2 more. Academic Search Complete. This one, once you kind of have an idea of what you're doing, this is the one I would recommend. Kind of been all over the place, but we'll talk about evolution theory. Sure. That sounds great. Let's talk about that. Okay, so you find your keywords, you search it. I'm going to see if I can move this over. Okay, so the thing you want to do with this is that you'll notice, oh my goodness, it gave me 79,000 just in journal articles on evolutionary theory. So this is why, oh, there's 88,000. This is why you want to narrow your research for sure. So when you come in here, move that date up because you really want to have it within the last 20 years. So I'd move it up by that. The other thing you want to do in academic search is to put full text, because otherwise it will give you like abstracts and things that won't actually be helpful. And then I would go and limit it more by, well, language is probably a good one because they're not only, they're going to be in several different languages. Maybe you want to read it in another language, though, that's fine too. You just have to probably translate it for your paper, which may be complicated, I don't know. Anyway, so narrow it down. The last one that may or may not be helpful depending on what you're doing is U.S. major dailies. So this would be like the Times, the New Yorker, LA, whatever's going on in the newspaper magazines, that would be in there. So you just type your keyword in there and see. So these are New York Times. Yeah, anyway. So that's another good one to find good research. So as you can see, a plethora of good places to go to. You can also go to Google Scholar, which is a similar thing. Just go to googlescholar.com, I think. Scholar research, and that will give you databases as well. So here you go. So you could click on those. Okay. All right. Good luck in your research. I really hope that this has been helpful.